guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel where we learn everything ethical hacking. If you're just joining me, of course, don't forget to like, share, and comment on my videos. And lastly, turn on the notification bell so that you don't get to miss any of my updates.
So good evening everyone. Today we'll be having another section exploiting a room called Tomghost. So in this room we'll be trying to identify recent vulnerabilities to try this exploit the system and also read files that we should be able to have access to. So the first thing I usually do is to add my IP address to my etc/host. Why we always do this is to map manually map host name to an IP address. So that's what we'll be doing now. So now let's just go straight down. Give a comment that this one is for TryHackMe. Let's copy our IP address here. Tomghost.ch. So we have that. The next thing we'll be doing is scanning, just like that's the next thing after just try to have an idea of what you're trying to run. So this is meant for aggressive scanning. So the reason for putting that for this text is because in case you're not able to finish boss response, you always want to know what our scan looks like later. So now we have 4 ports: 8080, 5322, and 8009. So let's wait for it to finish to be able to decide. What we have is that. So now 22 just like this SSH port open. There's an Apache J server and there's also Apache Tomcat, right? Next thing we do is checking what our website looks like. So now that we know what this is just like a documentation that we installed it. But now it's telling us that we installed Apache, this version of Apache. So now we'll be checking if what we have is vulnerable. Right, that's what we'll be checking now. Check what we have is vulnerable. So vulnerabilities. So as you can see, it's telling us that there could be a file read or inclusion. So without saying too much, I will try to use searchsploit to get an exploit for this machine. So let's start saying so much. Searchsploit. Okay, now the okay, it has a CVDs, right? So it has been copied to root. So let's see if it is here already. As you can see, our exploit is here already. So our exploit is here already. So let's just move on with that. So in Python, so this. So we specify the port of the server, which is 1009, and then we specify what we actually want to like access, what we want to read. So we want to read the XML file, the web XML file here. That's what we want to read. And then lastly, this is the IP address. As we can see, this is the old XML file. Okay, scroll down. This is the XML file of the server. So let's just what we have. And you can see we have these credentials, right? So let's just copy it from this. Okay, we have it here already. So the next thing we'll be doing is, since SSH was opened, we'll be trying to use SSH. So access this. Copy the server address. So let's just copy. So why is it telling me that it's wrong? Don't make mistake with the username. Don't make mistake with the username. That's okay. Finally, we're there. Probably to just a change of stuff. So let's try to see who are we, and then we see that we are users Skybox. So let's just try to enumerate for where the flag could be. Let's do this to have an idea of all the users that could be on this machine. So we see that there's a user Melin, there's a user Tomghost, there's a user Skyfork. So we'll be going to first, let's go to user Melin to see if that's where the flag will be. And then we have our first flag of the day. So let's see if this is correct or is some sort of an error a bit old. And then you can see that our answer is correct. So let's just do a quick recap of what we did. So the first thing we did was start the machine, get an IP address, added it to the /host, use our nmap. We were able to find the ports opened and what they were running. They found like a vulnerable service, which we found an exploit for, which we ran it against the IP and they rendered the um, XML file of the web. We were able to get the user name and password which we used for SSH. So stay tuned for how we are going to get truth in our next video. Thank you.